see. But it also speaks to the fact that part of the challenge with this entire time and with AI is that there's an adaptation process that has to happen, right? We were talking a little bit about with the operator and earlier in the show that part of the challenge is that fundamentally adopting AI in particular is going to require some fundamental shifts in how we operate, how we interact. And so I found it humorous story, a post in LinkedIn about this brilliant marketing about this guy that decided to try to replace a bunch of jobs with AI and the not so great results that he found.
Yes. So a guy named Henry Xu out there, who had previously founded his own billion-dollar marketplace, wanted to figure out how much work you can actually do with AI. So he went out and he looked at 1,000 different gig jobs. He applied to all of them, and then he tried to solve them all with AI. And he found that AI was able to solve about 15% of those tasks in total. And he ended up making no money off of these 1,000 gig jobs because it costs money to apply to these jobs, but then you also have to get client acceptance for these jobs to get paid. And between all of that, he found that it just did not pay to use AI for these, call it Fiverr jobs and Mechanical Turk jobs and all these other temp jobs that are out there at this point. So kind of a disappointment if you're expecting instant productivity and money from AI right now.
But not a disappointment if you're a gig worker, I guess. Your job is safe at least for now. What I do think is interesting about it, I had two big takeaways from it. I mean, I found, like I said, brilliant marketing. I mean, I wish I could come up with these kinds of ideas to, have been promoting different things I was working on. But two big takeaways. The first was that how many of these requests that people were posting jobs, that the posters seemed completely unaware that they could use AI to solve this, right? Rather than posting this job in the first place. He made a comment that in many cases, the job literally just took their job description and it was effectively a prompt that just could drop it straight into ChatGPT or one of the others, and it would generate a response. So that was like the first thing about and I think, it's easy to forget this, that the vast majority of the people in the world still are completely unaware of what these tools can do, and even knowledge workers within enterprises of how to actually leverage them effectively. So that was, I think, one. And then the second big thing is you talked about there's a structural challenge. And we've talked about this in the past about at the enterprise level, that to really adopt AI, you're going to have to drive some structural and cultural change within the organization. And the biggest reason he didn't get paid is exactly that, is that it was not built structurally. I think he used UpWork or Fiverr, whichever it was. It's not built structurally for this type of a workflow that is AI driven at its core. And so therefore it was very, as you were talking about earlier in the show, very inefficient from the perspective of doing that. And so those are two very interesting sort of takeaways from a sort of a fun story.
Yeah, I think that for better or for worse, we are still expecting at least some human oversight and interaction for the technologies that we are trying to use and the use cases that we are trying to support from an agentic perspective, even if it's something as simple as creating a logo or doing some sort of voiceover or some sort of thing like Notebook LM. Wow, she's she's very active.
I'm giving up all pretense now,
Yes.